Wula. We took a short stroll through the desert from Ethiopia and finally arrived in beautiful Mali to run with great haste through the story of the handicapped Mansa, Sundjata. Growing up, Sundjata faced great adversity, being exiled for having legs weak like wet noodles. But after overcoming misfortune, he came back to take what was rightfully his, Western Africa. And his journey starts with the reconquering of Niani, the Malian Empire's political and commercial center. The city is occupied by the evil Soso, so we must find a place to set camp and prepare to purge them from the city. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited for this campaign since I played a ranked match and got annihilated by the Gbeto, Mali's ranged infantry unit. We arrived at our allies' village, and as I fuck around with the zoom, the whole thing is converted to us. Okay, you having pity on me is not cool. Us handy-capable people can do anything. It's unbelievable the prejudice we suffer for being different. But it's fine. I just need to become emperor and I can pass some laws against it. Oh no, is it a raiding scenario? I need to be ready for this. I can't do another Yodi campaign, or I'm gonna lose it. The African architecture is the one that fits best in my opinion with the respective biome. In all ages as well. I know the Malians are an infantry civ, but I'm gonna go for archers and knights here. Don't ask me why, I just felt like it. They are hardcore people, regardless if the civ is strong or not. We build another town center here. It's not the best location, but I need gold to fully immerse myself in the civilization. And a little castle here. Let's see them raiding me now. Haha, eat arrows, shitheads. I have some knights available and send them to scout the Soso camp. Oh goddammit, I always forget to build houses. Now under construction, dirt and rocks housing complex. No fresh water available. As the knights approach Soso, we are greeted by palisade walls. And boy, does it feel good to torment poor people. Inside, the knights start fighting their even poorer military. Typical construction workers taking his sweet time to build what's needed of them. They only have skirmishers and spearmen. That should be easy. Screw it, let's send everyone and hope for the best. Seems like housing wasn't the problem, but the scenario designer limiting me to 75 population. This gives me horrible flashbacks to the original Age of Kings campaigns. Hey, how about you bring the French flag to this Bombard Tower nightmare while fighting 3 post-Imperial Age enemies using only 75 units? Yeah, I really like that they fixed this in the next expansions. I think in this scenario it makes sense to limit the population because the enemy is not strong at all. But it's still a bitch to have to play with so little. Also the sound. God, how I hate this sound. Soso is still putting up a fight. At least there's some challenge to this. But I'll need more units to finish this. Let's test out the Gbeto. And build another castle here for no reason other than intimidation. Luckily the towers don't seem to give a shit about my units attacking their building. Reinforcements ready and on the way to help the clearing. I wonder how strong these are against buildings. It's a strange unit. Before I could properly test them, Soso resigns. But what about our city? I was just starting the development program. The hunted becomes the hunter in 48 minutes and 9 seconds. Sundjata grew confident that his legs were fixed, but he knew the power his walking stick had. So he set out to show it to all his neighbors, in hopes the walking stick would convert them to the cause. I really hope this story is true, because it sounds so fucking ridiculous. We don't want to waste a month's time, so the journey begins straight away. We first send the light cavalry in to poke the guards and lure them away from the entrance. Meanwhile, the spearmen casually roll in with the walking stick, which is so frightening the whole castle crumbles at his approaches. And Sangaran switches allegiance in barely over 3 minutes. Ah, the power of the baobab crutches. But the peregrination of the stick was just beginning, and the next visit was at Labe, up north across the Niger River. We met some friends on the way, but they didn't even have to look at our great stick to join the cause. Labe was petty and locked his gates for us. Luckily we learned a thing or two from Yodit. While the dock is being built, we scout the way to Niger and stumble upon yet another firm believer of the stick. Dock ready, and I leave the villager around to steal gold from my friends. We load the ship with the stick and its defenders, and cross the river for an amphibious conversion. Labe didn't even see it coming, and the surprise made him kneel before Sundjata immediately. Back to the ship we go, and down south we sail, for Niger is still missing. Cavalry runs at their gates, and their army is lured out. Niger is better prepared, so I advance to Castle Age for Rams. We age up as the army goes for another bullying run, but we can't build a siege workshop without a blacksmith first. Haha, silly me. I'm so happy the AI's hatred for outposts transcends their hatred towards villagers. Now just a siege workshop, and we train some rams for the gates. Since we reach Castle Age, I also trained some camels to deal with their army. I want 2 of whatever they're having. Gates down, and we start moving the Holy Stake towards Niger. Wait, are my allies useful here? In a scenario I'm finishing in 20 minutes. Nice. Easy peasy. Peregrination of Peace is always nice and quick. The Scorpion Sting was rapid, in 24 minutes and 53 seconds. Sundjata's journey was at full speed, and his next challenge was the mighty city of Djenné, the big commercial stronghold under Soso control. But first we had to find our way to the Malian camp down south. The map here is very confusing, with plenty of cliffs, enemy villages and mountains around. But after galloping at max speed, we reach our buddies and have a small camp. We are tasked with terrorizing the villages, and for that we'll need more cavalry. There's plenty of them around, but we'll stick to the west side of the city, as the walls of Djenné are easier to breach from there. We ride forth and easily plow through the village's defenses, as they only have feudal age units. Aren't we trying to become the ruler of these people though? Not long after we find an abandoned siege workshop, and our plans start taking shape. But until the siege weapons are built, we move north to bully more villages into submission. I like that these villages are easy to fight. It's nice to have a little break from the last campaigns. We reach a village protected by walls. Time to put those rams to test. Come on little buddies, we're on the clock here. The gates fall and we rush in to clear the defenses, which give us 2 villagers. Bring it on, Djenné, I fought harder than you. We order a town center in the western corner of the map and continue rolling up north to loot more defenseless villages. I don't want this scenario to take long, so I send the rams to be already in position outside Djenné's walls. And with this village ransacked, we prepare to launch the attack on the city's walls. Djenné had mangonels waiting for us, but our brave cavalry ran in first to fight it. 1 ram was destroyed, but the gates fell and we could move in to torch the rest. I feel this is a good time to test the Gbetos properly if the first attack fails, so let me buy some stone and we build a castle over here. The way is clear, and like the moron I am, I send the rams alone towards the market and they get flattened. The cavalry finishes the first market, but we will need something else to deal with the castle in the way. And some more troops. I'm sure they have an army standing around the other markets. But first things first, dealing with the castle on the way. The trees around it confuse the rams to no end, but they find a way and pound the castle until it crumbles. Not wanting to waste time, everyone keeps on going to the heart of Djenné. Their army fights back fiercely, but the rams run rampant against the markets. That until the army gets annihilated and the rams are unprotected. No better time to test my unique unit than this. Their damage output is awesome. Even the buildings melt to the flying axe. Djenné tries sending an army to stop our push, but the Gbeto is stronger and the last market falls. I wouldn't say reduced to rubble, only 5 buildings were razed. Check out this juke and scenario over, in 41 minutes and 3 seconds. I expected more from so many threats. Nothing could stop Sundjata. This is so creepy, why do they keep this in the game? Anyways, Sundjata's forces kept pushing Sumanguru back until they reached the river. Well, I didn't pay attention to the river name, but there's a big battle here and we must destroy them. Since we're fighting in the middle of the desert, wood is very scarce, but that won't stop me from having another town center. To fix our lumber issue, we're given the quest to destroy towers by the river, and I'll need some of my Gbeto friends for that. I'm sure in higher difficulties the wood problem is more predominant, but I'm not feeling it yet. The housing problem though, that never leaves me alone. Castle built, and now we can... Where are my Gbetos? I'm very confused now. Why would they take such beauty away from me? Whatever, I have other infantry for this. Although I miss the range and damage dearly. At least I have enough swordsmen to split them and still destroy the towers quickly. Imperial Age is upon us just as the last tower falls. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to save trade routes. There are 2 other enemies besides Sumanguru, so I'll build another castle just in case and prepare for the assault. Okay, so just 1 extra enemy, and for sure I'll save your daughter, my man. The princess is inside this little fortress. Should be easy enough for trebs and infantry to clear it out. And the other guys also offered to join us for 1,000 gold. Maybe the castle was unnecessary. Just need to pay these fellas and... You need a castle? Damn it, couldn't you have told me that before I built 2 for no reason? I think I can collect enough stone and build it in 10 minutes. The Age of Empires universe is wild. Someone demanding 1,000 gold for an alliance is fine in my eyes. But then they say you have 10 minutes to build a fucking castle or it's a no-go. And then you actually do it, and they become your friends. Princess rescued, and on the way to be reunited with her father. I'm such a benevolent leader. But I should start training an army to deal with Sumanguru. I'm happy to hear, and your story is more compelling than Fakoli's, those damn mercenaries. Yeah, thanks guys, it'll be an honor to fight with you. Exploitative dipshits. And the princess gave us the Gbetos we wanted. Now I don't want it anymore. I see Fakoli sending troops against Sumanguru. Is this the first campaign where all allies are useful? We launch an attack on Red's base, and even though they try to fight back, we prevail and push on forward. I don't like the look of the Trebs just standing around. I have a feeling they want a Treb war. The castle falls, and the push continues. I was really expecting this campaign to be super difficult for some reason, but besides the unwanted Treb wars, I haven't really seen any reason to worry in 4 scenarios. They really want to fight with Trebs. It's annoying, but the infantry is just cleaning them out. Are they only training trebuchets? Besides a few lost Chotel warriors, I haven't really seen many of their units. Their final castle falls, and they resign shortly after. They really didn't put up much of a fight. And the river runs red, with Sumarguna's blood, in 50 minutes and 54 seconds. The glorious victory at the river shook the Sosos' bones to their core. But Sundjata wasn't finished. He wanted one last victory, the mighty Ghanaian capital of Kombi-Saleh. We scouted ahead and found a bridge connecting us and them, and promptly walled the shit out of it. Maybe I'll have to wall this better. There you go. And also a castle here. That should keep them busy for a while. We also need an university, because the play here is a bit different. We're going on a bit of an anachronistic path and use chemistry to bombard the shit out of the city. The Malians have access to a very nice selection of gunpowder units, like the hand cannoneers and bombard cannons. The enemies try to harass me via water, but I don't really care. 51 villagers in 13 minutes. Aren't you all proud of me? These walls are probably the best move I've made in this whole campaign. Along with going gunpowder, obviously. They are melting the enemy's military. I'll never understand the boner the AI has to destroying wall corners. Pew pew! Sink trash! I litter the coast with archery ranges to train more cannoneers. And once we hit the solid 60 units, everyone rolls out. Their navy tries to stop us, but we make Swiss cheese out of the holes. We clear everything that's on the way of the army, and upon reaching the capital, the cannons go apeshit on their defenses. I'm loving the Malians BBC. They have special units inside, the Soso warriors, but they don't last much when pitted against Sundjata's firing squad. Like, they're not even trying to put up a fight. The range of the cannons are a menace to everything, and bit by bit, we level every building we can find inside the city. As we push further into it, Sumanguru finally decides to show his bitch-ass face. You can die, see? With Sumanguru out of the way, the only thing missing is leveling the rest of the city. And staying safe from the rams, as apparently gunpowder is weak against wooden houses. This has been one of the easiest campaigns I've played so far. I haven't had issues in any of the scenarios, and managed to keep all of them in under 1 hour. How have I done this campaign so fluidly? Like not feeling threatened at any point. Kombi-Saleh is no more, and Sundjata is crowned the emperor, in a very convincing 43 minutes and 9 seconds. Total runtime, 3 hours, 28 minutes and 8 seconds. Very solid run, no hiccups or hardships, 0 time wasted on bullshit, and I didn't even research the campaign before. Like I said earlier, this might be the easiest campaign I've played in a while. But that's not to say it was bad. His story was awesome, and how it's told in the cutscenes is based off the poem about his existence, and in my opinion it was a really nice touch. Did you know he is the great uncle of Mansa Musa, the wealthiest man of all time? What a bloodline. Partial time now stands at 144 hours, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and we have crossed 6 days worth of playing. I'm very happy I didn't decide to try and do this in one go. There was no poll for this week as there are only 2 campaigns left, Suryavarman and Devapala, and I'll go through them in this order. Actually, there are 7 campaigns left. Suryavarman is next, then I'll go through the Caucasus, and return to Devapala, just to end with Tamerlane and Saladin.